At 11.
Not funny.
Yeah.
Not funny to the teacher.
No, and this kid is in college.
This kid is in college. Boy, it must be. Of course, she's doing a smart thing. From my standpoint, she's dating a 19-year-old. Because that guy is probably very sophisticated. Type, "Hi, honey, how are you? Here's another copy of Mice and Men."
Jonathan Winters was one of the only comedians in history who could noticeably make the crowd laugh harder than others. These are moments that proved no comedian was funnier than Jonathan Winters. Why Winters doesn't like computers.
But at any rate, the thing is, you're fighting computers today. Everything. I can't.
Do you know anything about computers?
Nothing.
No.
And they don't work. I hate to say that, but a lot of them don't. You go in there for your money, and you say, "I have $113. I'd like to get that," because there's an Italian man outside, and he said, "Get it." So, and they don't kid around. So, if you owe somebody, I happen to be Italian, picking on one denomination, any time you owe some money, you want to get your money, $113, and you have to go through 4 or 5 different kinds of people, from Uruguay, to Utica, New York. And that's no money. No money. Machine on abajo. One is arriba. It's, I don't know. I've got most of my money in an old Maxwell House coffee can in the yard.
Really?
I don't get any interest, but by God, I know where it is.
That's right. A lot of people did that during the Depression days.
If the dog digs it up, boy.
That's right. That little sucker, right?
Machines get treated less like tools and more like something with their own personality working against him in petty ways regarding his money. Jonathan's tough time in elementary school.
Macaulay was giving you trouble already.
So Mrs. Macaulay, she said, "There's no reason for you to continue on in the first grade if you can't make a bunny."
Oh.
But I fooled her. I was kind of a papier-mâché intellectual. I went around her, skipped the first grade entirely, committed myself to the attic, and stayed there. Read a lot of magazines, and listened to the squirrels wandering around, and then came down in time for the second grade. And I had a lot of problems, but I did manage to get through school. I find there are a lot of presidents, not a lot, but a few, that have not had the great education and managed to pick it up later on, maybe through theft, I don't know, or what. But
Jonathan's difficulty gets treated with enough real detail to sell it as authentic recollection before his imagination reshapes it into something far more absurd. His mother's advice on becoming an intellectual.
My mother turned to me one time and she said, maybe I've mentioned this on the air before, and if I have, why, raise your hands. But she said, "Would you like to be an intellectual?" And I always wanted to be, because I was very slow. I was labeled dumb in number classes. So coming out of the war and everything, I thought, geez, it would be fun to be an intellectual, at least to take a crack at it. And she said, "Always read the end of every book. Forget about the beginning. Forget about the middle. Read the end. And remember to move constantly among the hors d'oeuvres and a little patter that's going on at a cocktail party, so that somebody come up, hi, John. Did you read the Lavender Beaver? Wasn't that an interesting thing where the man escaped to Minsk? And, yes, I did read that. Fascinating book. And, of course, the star, he was stabbed 16 times in the forehead and then fell forward on a used paper. I think it was New York Times. And, fascinating. Excuse me, I want to get some more d'oeuvres. And,
just threw in the last finish of the book.
Mock seriousness carries the delivery here, treating a simple piece of parental guidance like a real philosophical teaching before undercutting it completely. Winters tells the time he lived on a farm.
You lived on a farm, did you? Did you live on a farm?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
I lived on a farm first 7 years of my life.
Well, I didn't know that.
I used to go along the creek banks, as we call them.
The creek.
Not the creek. Later on in school, you were told, to say creek. But I still say creek. And
what the hell with them? You're out of school.
I'm out of school. I paid their little bills, and but I shucked corn and cut wheat. Made a great salary. I think 3 months, $25 was tops to get my bicycle. And I always tell my boy that, and he does this. Yeah.
The account starts sounding like a straightforward story before one of his invented characters shifts the story elsewhere entirely. Jonathan explains his love for fishing.
Are you going on vacation this summer? You're not shooting right now?
Well, I'm going to go fishing.
Go fishing?
Yeah, up in Minnesota.
Oh, that's good.
Around the first week in, two hands.
Yeah. You like to fish, huh?
I love to fish.
Yeah.
I don't, saltwater or freshwater. I won one tournament in my life, which was a light tackle tournament. International light tackle tournament in Bermuda, kind of chic address. And at the time we weren't loaded, but we had quite a bit of money, and of course it went into the boat and the reels and the rods. But it was a lot of fun. It's great fun to get a big fish on. I was on one.
What do you call a big fish now?
Well, not like it. No, a big fish to me on 12-pound test is 85 pounds.
Uh-huh. I don't know anything about
well,
fishing.
it's very light. It's a good thing you don't know, because then I can lie to you regularly.
This moment just goes to show Jonathan was so committed to comedy that he couldn't even talk about one of his hobbies without somehow making it funny, impersonating a fake baseball star.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, sir?
So you're Whip Willis, the legendary baseball star of the 30s.
I'd say pretty much a legend in my own time, John.
Uh-huh.
I'm still a legend. I'm still throwing that series of things I throw. And I'd like to point that out. I'm 65 years old.
65?
Yeah, I'm sort of a Caucasian Satchel Paige.
My goodness.
And,
Could you go out there, do you think, in the old-timers game and still pitch a couple of complete
old-timers
innings?
to me are a pain in the you-know.
Yeah.
I suppose you can't say that on TV, but I don't care. I like to play with young people. It keeps your mind up. It keeps the heart moving and your eyes. My eyes, I still see the mitt. I still see the man's fingers, that he uses. They hold them over here, And so sometimes I just told him, hold that money clip with the money. That's a little humor for a baseball person.
Well, speaking of money now, you played in the days when ball players didn't make a lot of money. Today's players get $1 million or so. Do you get any offers to do, say, commercials for television, beer commercials or something like that?
I've had a lot of offers, and I've read for these things, but I've never got them.
Oh, that's a shame.
And I think I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my reading. I'm not an actor.
Uh-huh.
I am a ball player.
Right.
And I'd like to bring this out to the boys and girls of America right now. And there are a lot of girls. I'm working with girls, and always have been, because I have more of an interest in girls than I do boys.
Oh, I see.
Full commitment goes into the invented character's swagger and confidence, treating a completely fabricated ball player like someone with a genuine career and reputation. The story on why his grandfather never got into show business.
My grandfather was kind of guy. He was funny.
Yeah.
He'd been a banker, and he said, bankers are not funny. They're wealthy, but they have no sense of humor. And he said, tellers, are like this, and they're really like that, of course, if somebody does this. But he was funny, and he said, just think, and he loved show business.
Yeah.
He never got into it, but he said, the great thing about show business is you can be anybody you want to be. I mean, of course, that's not true. We know that, John. There are a lot of things I want to be. The thing is, it's important to know where you're playing. All the world is not a stage. Might have been when Willie was alive, But if you start playing out here about 3 blocks away, past Hadney's or Chadney's, wherever it is, and directing traffic, okay, Bob, all right. There's a flying saucer coming in. Mr. Winters.
And you used to do those kind of things, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
All the world was a stage.
All the world was a stage. Also, all the men were in heavy white with a red cross on their arm.
The account starts with something resembling genuine family lore before sliding into an exaggerated scene that turns a simple explanation into a full performance, impersonating a major war general.
All right, General Richard Discord.
You can call me Dick.
All right, Dick. You fought for your country in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're a retired Major General.
Pretty much so. Mm-hmm. I'd like to wear my hat until I'm drummed out.
Right. Tell me, General, the diversion of funds to the Contras. There seems to be a trail from Switzerland to Iran, back to the Contras. Did you have any personal knowledge of the diversion of funds? And did you profit from any of those monies at all?
That's a long question.
I want you to take your time, General.
Well, I'll certainly do that. I would say that's a 2 or 3-parter.
Well, let's take the first part. Did you know about the diversion of funds?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Military authority gave Winters plenty of room to play with bluster and command, and a major war general specifically lets him lean into gruff seriousness before undercutting it with something ridiculous. The voice and rigid posture of the role get adopted, fully treating the transformation itself as the first laugh before any actual dialogue lands with the audience. That kind of complete commitment through letting the character exist on its own terms rather than winking at the audience was central to why his military impressions worked, as well as they did across every Tonight Show appearance he ever brought one to. Winters listing off movies he would have loved to act in.
Now, if you're a good actor, you do a lot of things. You're a good actor. If you could have... You ever see a movie where you said, gee, I wish I could have played that part?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Well, I would love to have been in
You ever do a Western?
I'm, of course, ready for it right now.
Well, that's true.
Let's say this, just for the sake of saying.
Sure.
We'll write our own script here immediately. I've come to you as the straw boss, sort of the running the bunkhouse, and I'm over the hill, and I've got to kind of pack it in now and go on, and you're firing me, in essence. And so I would say to you, you know, Mr. You want to be Mr. Carson in this, or you pick your own name?
Belcher.
Belcher? Obviously not a comedy.
Asking a performer about dream roles usually invites a straightforward list, and Winters turns that expectation into something considerably stranger by picking films or roles nobody would ever expect him to name in a serious career conversation. Invented reasoning explains each choice rather than a simple statement of admiration, treating the whole list as an opportunity for a bit rather than any kind of genuine career reflection audiences might have expected from the question.
Mr. Belcher, I hurt my foot here in the stampede, and it throwed me and it dragged me all the way into Benler City, and so I've got to get this thing fixed, and the boys aren't right anymore. They're not like they used to be, and I'm thinking about settling down.
Yeah.
I'm almost 81, and I've found a woman in Tucum City, and I've taken a liking to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
A young lady, is she?
No, she isn't. She's 91. But it's somebody I can control.
That approach let even a basic interview question become raw material once his imagination took hold of it and started reshaping what should have been a simple answer into something else entirely. Carson's reaction tracks the growing absurdity of each new title as the list continues, since every new addition seems to make less practical sense than the one that came directly before it. Impersonating a farmer on Thanksgiving.
How do you think the farmer Elwood P. Suggins would feel about Thanksgiving? Does he raise turkeys, Mr. Suggins?
I raised turkeys. In the beginning, we raised turkeys back in the late 30s. We had about 600 of them, and I thought it was early snow, but it was just white turkey. And we just went out there with full shot, about 12 shot, opened up and got a lot of them, and then I had heavy grief over that. And I had heavy grief that I'd kill them birds. So today, we just wait for a Cadillac to come through town. And if they cross the road, the Cadillac belongs to the Cadillac. And I picked one out just for Sunday, right out of the grill.
Holiday settings gave Jonathan a familiar backdrop, and pairing a farmer with Thanksgiving specifically lets him blend rural characterization with seasonal material inside a single, fully realized character. Complete commitment goes into the farmer's voice and physicality, treating the holiday setting as an excuse to build out an entire scene rather than deliver a single observational line about turkey or family gatherings.
Bird had just like this, had the design on it and everything. But we've taken to eating some small animals. I don't want to go into that.
Mrs. Suggins is still living, is she?
Mrs. Suggins is full of life.
Yeah.
She's bedridden.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Which works in her favor.
I see.
I give her a box of chocolates.
Good-hearted woman, though.
And a new VSR, whatever thing. She's asked for something special. See movies on.
Watch some movies, yeah.
Yeah, and she watches that. Yeah. And I watch her, and then we watch the movies together. And I get her to the window so that she can look at the kids. Just drag her out of bed and over at the window. Go ahead, look at her. Put it on F6 and put it on CU, close up, and then I drop her out of the window. Kids will play with her for 2 or 3 hours. Yeah.
Well,
They dragged her around and wore her back off.
yeah, well, I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and give
Thank
my
you,
best
sir.
to Mrs. Suggins.
I
Sounds
sure
like a
will, honey.
remarkable woman.
Are you watching to it?
Yeah.
That kind of layered premise, combining two familiar comedic elements into one bit, showed how he could stack different types of material into a single character performance without losing momentum anywhere along the way. Johnny's amusement builds as the farmer's Thanksgiving story wanders further from anything resembling a normal holiday celebration, closing this collection with proof that even the most familiar seasonal setup could become something nobody had quite seen before once Winters got hold of it. Jonathan Winters proved that no subject was too ordinary and no character was too invented to become the funniest thing in the room once he decided to fully commit to it. Overall, now that you've completed this video, which one of these Jonathan Winters moments from this video was the best? Drop your pick in the comments and subscribe for more classic comedy from the man who made every character feel completely real. See you later.